Hello everybody and welcome to this very first in the comment section with me, Linux Gamer Life. So what I've done is I've taken all of the comments that you wonderful people have dropped on the channel, stuck them into a file, and I'm just going to press the button and it will present me with a random comment, and I'm just going to talk through it because yeah, why not? Let's do it. So what have we got here? So, oh, that's a big one, isn't it? So we've got a comment on I left Apex Legends and Delta Force for Linux gaming. We've got Supreme Tamer. I replaced Rainbow Six Siege and COD Modern Warfare with Insurgency Sandstorm and the finals. Now, I think I actually installed Insurgency Sandstorm. I think I installed Insurgency Sandstorm after I saw this comment. You know what's missing from this comment thing is a date. I don't know when you would have said that. I'm going to go back and fix the script. Be right back. All right, there we go. Now when I click random comment, we should get a date as well as a link to the YouTube video just in case. So anyway, let's get on with it. Random. Oh no, browse. Add the file. So this is of my recent video, which it turns out Linux has an anti-cheat problem. What do we get here? Maybe forcing use of... Sorry, this is from Bura Karen. And that was on Thursday. Maybe forcing use of something like signed kernels. But I don't have enough knowledge about this. Also, it generally contradicts with the philosophy of Linux. But at this point, as long as it's against Windows, yeah, I mean, I say there, you're right. I don't think that philosophy will ever change, and I don't think it should do. I think basically they need to come up with a way of preventing cheating in the Linux platform, right? But I think it's going to be a lot harder because we don't want to give them access into the kernel, and nor should we. And at the moment, it looks like that's the only way that you can effectively deal with cheating. I still have hope for server-side anti-cheat, but we'll just have to wait and see. Rick Tech there comes back and says, even that will be after a very big fight from the publishers, as they want everyone to use games as a service, so people pay them forever. I get your sentiment. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a real tricky one, and something I didn't really consider when moving to Linux. So here we are. Anyway, next. Right, we have Josh R K9Q. This was to do with if you're planning on switching from Windows to Linux, then you should watch these 5 things. There isn't too many choices with Linux. There are too many opinions, particularly the ones that scrutinize stable distros for irrelevant reasons, and overvaluing the most up-to-date packages with Arch. Once I got away from others' opinions and just concerned myself with my own needs, most of the choices write themselves off. Yeah, and I think I kind of agree with that, but I think one of the challenges is that if you're a Windows user, you really don't give a shit about all of this. You just want to know what's the option. I've been a Windows user forever. What do I do? So from that perspective, there certainly does appear to be too many choices. All you have to do is go into Google and say, what's the best Linux distro for moving from Windows? And you can just get loads of responses, and it makes it very, very difficult, especially if you're not technical. But yeah, I mean, I landed on Fedora, and quickly it does what I need. I did actually start off with SteamOS because it was about gaming. It was initially about gaming. And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, can I do my other stuff on here as well? And you can do it, but it just didn't feel right to be doing it on SteamOS. So I started looking at other options, and I came across Nabara. I came across Mint, Bazite, and I tried to install them and had some issues with getting them installed. And I'm certain it was user error. I don't think it was anything to do with the ease of installation with those distros, but the first one that went through really, really smooth, and I actually quite enjoyed the install process, was Fedora, so I've just stuck with that. But thank you very much, Josh, for your comment. Next, I have a confession about my Linux journey. That was a sneaky one, that one. I'd say that was clickbait, but I did have a confession, so it's not. Anyway, this is from Linux System. Do you think SteamOS is really good? Yeah, I do. I think it's really good. If you're looking for a gaming solution on an older desktop or something like that, or if you're purely a gamer and you're not into competitive games and you want to switch from Windows to Linux, SteamOS is good. But the caveat is, at the moment, I believe to run it on a desktop, you still need to have AMD hardware. So just bear that in mind. Next, we have Goonmaster. Yeah, sorry about that, Goonmaster. So in this one, I originally had a title which was very, very nondescript and sensationalizing the fact that I was leaving Game Pass. But Goonmaster here thought, bless, that I was going to be switching from Linux. Nope, not going to happen. Got him. Anyway, next. So switching from Windows to Linux for gaming and life. This is an early video. It's even got the old thumbnail as well, which is cool. So Not a Foe says, I would 100% switch to Fedora KDE on my desktop fully if Ableton and Affinity Photo were natively supportive. I use Fedora GNOME on my school laptop, and it's actually amazing. Came after I destroyed my Endeavour OS install. I have a Fedora KDE drive in my desktop, but I only use it to play around. Yeah, I mean, I've not really messed about with music since I've moved across, and to be honest, as I've said in other comments, I've got a Mac, so if I was to do music, I would do it on my Mac. And I'm sorry, I'm a Photoshop junkie, so yeah, I do that on my Mac as well. But I have a NAS set up, so I can work on my Mac for things like thumbnails and drop it into my NAS and then just pick it up on my Fedora box when I need it. Cool. Right, next. Another cheating one. So Igor Rocket, what a name. I'm on Windows 10 and love to play Rust. Windows 10 will go out of support later this year, and I have no intention to install Spyware Central, also called Windows 11. Rust runs fine on Linux, but only on servers which do not require anti-cheat enabled, because the company decided not to activate anti-cheat on Linux, even though Linux is supported. Unless I understood something really wrong. It depends on what it is, actually. I think, yeah, the whole compatibility thing with Linux is there are anti-cheat systems out there that work on Linux, but they don't work to the same extent as they do on Windows, because obviously on Linux you can't look into the kernel and see what's going on. So the difference on Windows is the monitoring aspect. You can monitor a lot more if you've got access into the kernel, which you can't do on Linux. So I've got no idea how they managed to do anti-cheat on Linux, and that is something that I am keen to sort of get in and have a look at. Anyway, next. So we've got J Bin Bao. This was to do with another cheaters one. Actually, both of my cheating videos have got a lot of comments on them, because obviously it's quite a big topic. So Jin Bin Bao says, Linux gives user too much control. It's my PC. No shit, I should have control of it. Absolutely, 100% agree. We are going to do this one. Oh, it's another cheating one. Emmanuel Soba, I think, or Zoba. Yeah. Gamers playing on Linux will stop their use of cheap shit anti-cheat. It's natural supply and demand. Gamers playing on Linux will stop their... Oh right, yeah, okay. So I'm guessing what you're saying there is that you'll just stop playing games that have got anti-cheat, I think. Let me know in the comments. Don't quite get that one. Okay, one more. I left Apex Legends and Delta Force. Yes, so they're rationally insane. Hello, Chris. When I first switched, there was a long while when I was waiting for games not to work. I kept being surprised that 90% plus of the games I play just work thanks to Proton. Yeah, there have been a couple that haven't, but none that have made me upset that I can't play. I need to get more into Sulphur. Ironically, I had a better run on my Steam Deck than my PC. Shush, don't tell Kelvin. Brilliant, excellent. Yeah, Sulphur's a great game, and I'm guessing that was the background video in this one, was it? Oh no, I mentioned it here somewhere along here, don't I? Yeah, Sulphur, great game. Really good game. Why is that taking so long to run? Come on. Yeah, it's really, really fun. It's basically an extraction shooter. So there you go. That was the very first ever Linux Gamer Life in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Did you find that useful? Are you looking forward to the next one? Probably going to do this every Sunday. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one.